Doctor Who, The Mark of the Rani, the fourth story of the Sixth Doctor, is written by Pip and Jane Baker and starring Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. The title was originally Too Clever by Far and Enter the Rani. The story was shot at Bliss Hill, Victorian Town and the Coalport China Museum, operated by the Iron Bridge George Museum Trust. So in Killingworth in 19th century, there was something amiss in the mining village and criminals smashing up machines and hurting men. Meanwhile, the TARDIS's malfunction, despite the amount of Doctor's efforts on fixing it. The TARDIS arrive. I love the fact that the Doctor claims to be an inventor. The Doctor and Perry investigate ferocity of the attacks, with the most passive of men suddenly turning violent and unpredictable. The answer is the Master at the local bathhouse. The old lady reveals to be Rani. I love the Master and Rani together on screen. I thought they're brilliant together. We also get an intense moment where a group of violent men attacking the Doctor and Perry. One of them fell down to the mine. The Doctor was about to fall, but luckily he's saved by Ravensworth. Meanwhile, the Master in the cave gets attacked, ordered by Rani. However, she got him knocked out because she didn't want File to get damaged. The criminals also have a red circle on their neck, which is the mark of the Rani. Fascinating. The Doctor in disguise and two men went into the bathhouse. They get knocked out by gas. As the Doctor is tied up, he reunites with the Rani and never expects to see the Master again, as he believed he was burnt in Planet of Fire.
Well. The Rani.
You were expecting to see the Master?
Perry was surprised also. After the TARDIS gets taken down the mine, we get an intense cliffhanger when the Master ordered Perry to wheel the Doctor out. After distracting the Master, the Doctor is about to get wheeled into the mine by the criminals.
Perry! Stay back!
Can't put him on there, lads.
Stay back!
Right, push, lads, away we go!
Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant are great as the Sixth Doctor and Perry Brown. They do have a great chemistry in this story. Anthony Ainley, as always, does a great job as the Master. Kate O'Mara plays the first Rani, who was called Ushers of Mia Simia, Goria, a renegade time lady, and the member of the Deka, who's an evil genius. She knew the Doctor and the Master when they're young, and I think she's fantastic as the Rani. I like the fact that she disguised herself as an old lady. The character was created because John Nathan Turner thought the Master was becoming too pantomime. Kate O'Mara worked with Colin Baker before in the BBC drama series The Brothers. Terence Alexander plays Lord Ravensworth, the village of Killingworth landowner. He does a great job. Apparently he's the first historical celebrity to appear in Doctor Who since the Highlanders that featured Solicitor Grey. However, there's fictional characters in The Mind Robber and an android disguised as King John in The King's Demons. Joss Ackland, Harry Andrews, Bernard Archer, Robin Bailey, George Baker, Ian Bannon, Jeffrey Belden, John Carson, Peter Cushing, Alan Cuthbertson, James Ellis, Frank Finlay, Robert Fleming, Michael Gough, Jeremy Kemp, Dinsdale Landon, T.B. McKenna, Donald Pickering, Peter Sallis, John Standing, Patrick Stewart and Peter Vaughan were considered for the role as Ravensworth. Gordon Granger plays George Stephenson, aka the father of the railway, is an English inventor. I like Stephenson, he's canny. Peter Childs plays Jack Ward, a Killingworth miner. He gives off great performance. Gary Cady plays Luke Ward, Stephenson's assistant. Jack's son reminds me of Luke Skywalker. He gives off great performance. There's great casting. The sets, effects and direction by Sarah Hellings is pretty good. Jonathan Gibbs does a great job with the soundtrack. Apparently John Lewis was originally to do the music. He completed part 1, but because he was ill and sadly died from it, Gibbs had to finish it off. Luckily George Stephenson stops the Doctor from falling into the mine, so he and Perry went back to Ravensworth, where Stephenson has planned a meeting. The Doctor is concerned about the wisdom of such a meeting due to the current situation. Luke goes to find his father, but the Master hypnotizes Luke, ordering him, if anyone prevents the meeting from happening, destroy them. The Master wants to use the finest brains of Industrial Revolution to speed up Earth's development and then use the planet as a power base and may deal with Rani. I like the look of Rani's TARDIS. It's so grim and sci-fi, with the room of jars of preserved dinosaur embryos. And poor Luke stands on the landmine and turns himself into a tree.
I'm Groot.
Sorry, I couldn't resist doing that. The Doctor managed to hold the Master and Rani at gunpoint. Well, with the Master's tissue compression, Perry takes charge of them, while the Doctor's caught up by criminals and tied onto a spout pole like Han, Chewbacca, R2-D2 and Luke when they met the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi. After a couple of criminals get turned into trees, the Doctor gets himself untied, and it was pretty intense when he almost fell into the landmine. Apparently on set, everyone had problem filming this story due to rainy weather. The team kept having to shift back and forth between areas in order to get everyone filmed properly, especially where the Doctor was tied up on the pole. It took a while to set up because Colin Baker needed a special rigging to keep his back supported while tied up, and it wasn't easy to shift from that scene to a rainy one on the fly. As fate would have it, rain started coming in exactly as they were filming that scene, and the crew were in such a rush to get the other location that they left Baker stranded in the woods tied to a pole for around half an hour. The Master tried hypnotising Perry, but that failed, so Rani uses a fake cough as an excuse to use a fake tablet to put Perry to sleep so they can escape. The Doctor ran into her. In the end, the Master and Rani are in the Rani's TARDIS, going out of control with embryos spilling out and creatures growing as the Doctor sabotaged the navigational system.
It's going!
It's the acceleration!
The Doctor and Perry have got the TARDIS back and said goodbye to Stevenson and Ravensworth. There's great stuff in there. What did you think of The Mark of the Rani? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.